To let working people enjoy good meals, you opened a 5 yuan buffet and claimed lobster and king crab were unlimited. Everyone thought you were a scammer, but you were not doing it for money. Because you had bound a magic restaurant system. As long as you collected emotions, you could earn dishes and rewards. A zero-cost restaurant. The system's first mission was to gain 10,000 emotion points. Then you received a beginner gift pack. Inside were 300 servings of beef stew, unlimited imperial chef white rice, unlimited iced lemonade, and 3 imperial vegetarian dishes. With one thought, a bowl of beef stew appeared before you. Each piece of beef was as big as a baby's fist. The skin and tendon shimmered under the light. Clear and glossy. You picked up a piece and tasted it. Then finished 5 bowls of rice. Only then did you wipe your mouth in bliss. This is heavenly food. Then you took the system dishes and rice and placed them into 5 warmers. Then started a live stream. Brothers, the 5 yuan buffet is now open. Today's dishes include spicy lotus root, minced pork with yard-long beans, and this final dish, potato beef stew. All dishes are unlimited for 5 yuan. Rice and drinks are unlimited too. Everyone is welcome to come and try it. Soon the livestream reached over 500 viewers. The first comments were full of shock, but doubt quickly followed. Another scammer desperate to get famous. That beef looks like dead pork, mixed with fake beef flavoring. 5 yuan cannot even buy half a caddy of duck. And he says unlimited beef. What a joke. You ignored the comments and promoted even harder. Right then, Tang Jia, a famous food fraud exposer, happened to enter your livestream. Yo, brothers, we have work today. Do you see the stream? 5 yuan for unlimited beef buffet. If this is not fake zombie meat, I will quit eating streams forever. Soon, Tang Jia drove to your restaurant. Boss, you said unlimited beef for 5 yuan. Is that true? You smiled and welcomed him. Of course. Buffet for all. 5 yuan each. Pay first, then eat. Fair to everyone. He smirked, then paid 5 yuan by phone. Then he walked to the warmer, labeled potato beef stew. Brothers, witness the miracle. Let us see what kind of beast this beef really is. He lifted the lid as he spoke. And a rich, suffocating meat aroma suddenly burst out. In that instant, Tang Jia's brain went blank. As someone who had eaten delicacies nationwide, the moment he smelled it, his instincts told him the ingredients were precious. As the steam faded, everyone finally saw a whole box piled high with amber glowing beef. The potatoes had absorbed the meat essence and glowed golden in the sauce. This was no 5 yuan street meal. Even in Shanghai, at a top private restaurant, priced at 888 yuan, rich people would still line up for it. The live stream instantly exploded. Am I blind? That marbling is definitely Australian Manhwa Gure. And from the cut and sauce gloss. That takes 20 years of cooking skill. No way. I will never believe 5 yuan can buy this. It must be some special chemical-soaked fake silicone model. Tang Jia, why are you frozen? Try a piece already. The frantic comments pulled Tang Jia out of his shock. He took a deep breath, forcing down his excitement, then opened the other warmers. Beans, lotus root, and garlic cucumber. He took a little of each, then carried his full plate back to the table. With a serious face, he told the camera, "Brothers, it looks amazing. I admit the presentation fooled me. But what kind of tongue do I have? No matter how advanced the trick is, my mouth will expose it." Then he picked up a piece of beef, but instantly sensed something wrong. What is this taste? A numbing current shot through him. The rich aroma burst on his tongue. Pure flavor swallowed his whole body. The creamy scent of top wagyu mixed with dozens of royal, secret spices, and became a grand symphony in his mouth. Too delicious. His assistant saw him trembling, with tears in his eyes, and nearly dropped the camera in fear. He rushed over. "Brother Jia, are you okay? Did the food make you sick?" The live stream exploded too. What the hell? The streamer is twitching. There must be white powder in the meat. I knew it. How could 5 yuan meat be safe? It has to be food poisoning. Call the police. This shop is killing people. Just as the assistant reached Tang Jia's back, Tang Jia shoved him away and buried his head in the plate, devouring everything like a wolf. Delicious, too delicious. After one bite of beef, he felt it was rich, so he grabbed garlic cucumber. A crisp snap burst inside his mouth. In that moment, he felt like he stood atop a snowy mountain. The freshness and vinegar were perfect, washing every trace of grease away. He sucked in a cold breath, feeling as if his soul had been cleansed by cucumber. Not enough, nowhere near enough. Boss, more rice. Bring me a basin of beef. I want 10 basins. The live stream fell silent. What did I just see? Tang Jia cried after one bite. And now he wants 10 basins. This is acting, definitely scripted. Tang Jia, how much did they pay you? At the same time, system alerts exploded in your mind. Target Tang Jia produced extreme emotion. Your heart leaped, it was settled. After 3 huge plates of meat and 5 bowls of rice, Tang Jia finally clutched his belly and collapsed in his chair. His assistant leaned in carefully. Brother Jia, the stream blew up. Hundreds of thousands are calling you a sellout. They say the shop bought you for a script. Tang Jia instantly snapped awake and grabbed the phone. He saw endless comments calling him a liar and unfollowing. Then he jumped up from the chair. He picked up the stainless steel plate that had been licked shiny clean and held it to the camera. You say this is food tech trickery. Then tell me, what fake meat can make fibers this perfect and pull apart like this? What artificial flavoring can create this sweet, soul-piercing aroma? I, Tang Jia, say this today. This shop's potato beef stew is the best thing I have eaten in my life. 5 yuan, the boss is not doing business. He is doing charity. You say I am lying. Local brothers, I swear on my 1,000,000-follower account. If you come here today and spend 5 yuan and think this tastes bad, slap me in the face on the spot. I will pay each of you 10,000 yuan. But if it tastes good, then flood the whole internet. With the words divine shop, the stream completely exploded. He is insane, he bet his account. It is on 13th Street, right. I am 2 kilometers away. I am taking a taxi now. I need to see what kind of 5 yuan buffet could make a millionaire lose control like this. I am going to. Seeing countless comments rushing over, Tang Jia let out a long breath, then walked to the counter and bowed deeply to you. Boss, sorry, I was too loud before. Your skill is incredible. As long as I am here, nobody will touch this shop. You gave him a calm look. Liking it is the best praise. Not long after, a huge man over 1.9 meters tall rushed in. Tang Jia. Where are you? I came to slap you. And take that 10,000 yuan. He was a loyal fan of Tang Jia's stream and a famous hot-tempered fraud hunter. Just 5 minutes earlier, he had been lifting weights nearby. When he saw Tang Jia supporting some shabby little diner, and even staking his career on it, he dropped his dumbbells and rushed over. But once inside, he froze because Tang Jia and his assistant were eating like beasts. Stop talking nonsense. Scan the code and pay. If you miss it, not even soup remains. The big man was shouted into confusion, then turned toward the counter, where you stood smiling. I want to see what kind of trick is hiding in this 5 yuan meat. After paying by code, he quickly got a plate of beef stew, then picked up a piece as big as a baby's fist and bit down hard. Suddenly, he shook violently. His chopsticks fell to the floor, and his voice trembled badly. This is too delicious. Boss, did you add white powder? Why did the first bite make every meat I ate before seem trash? You looked at him calmly. All ingredients here are natural. The chef's skill is just a little better. A little better. You call this a little better? The big man wiped his tears, grabbed a new pair of chopsticks, and started wolfing it down. Your buffet restaurant went viral. Countless netizens rushed over. Hurry, stop locking the car. If we are late, it is gone. Tang Jia's stream was telling the truth. I saw that gym bro crying. Boss, save me 1 serving. I will pay 50 yuan. No, 100 for your spot. Everyone line up properly. After finishing his first plate, the big man stood up. His tower-like body blocked the doorway. Turning into the most loyal guard, the boss said, 5 yuan per person. Whoever cuts the line, I will throw them out first. After a brief commotion, the crowd quickly formed a 100-meter line, stretching from your door to the end of the old street and still spreading toward the main road. At the counter, a petite influencer in a JK uniform came only to expose fraud and gain views. She pinched her nose and paid, then took only a tiny spoon of beans and a plate of spicy lotus root, not daring to touch the meat. Guys, the hygiene here looks worrying. I will test the poison for you. Just one bite of vegetables. She frowned into her phone camera. Then picked up a shining slice of spicy lotus root. The next second, her eyes went wide. The crisp bite and chewy texture, with the explosive fragrance, formed a perfect golden balance. With the hot sauce on the lotus root, one bite left her mouth fragrant, so good she refused to swallow. She instinctively took another bite of rice mixed with minced pork beans. The pork fat fried minced meat, blended perfectly with crispy beans. That rich oily aroma wrapped every soft grain of rice. It was a nuclear weapon for eating rice. Too good to eat. Help, I do not want to diet anymore. She shut off her live stream, not caring about her image, and squeezed into the crowd with her plate. By now, the whole restaurant had become a frantic food battlefield. Standing behind the counter, you were thrilled. System alerts kept ringing. As you prepared for your first big draw, a desperate scream came from the crowd. Boss, it is gone. The potato beef stew is empty. Then came a second and third cry. The minced pork beans are gone too. Who the hell grabbed it with their hands? Leave me one bean. The spicy lotus root is empty. I waited half an hour just for one bite of lotus root. Rice, the rice barrel is empty too. Boss, think of something. What do you mean, gone? I drove all the way 3 hours from the south side. And you tell me there is no food. Boss, cook more right now. Even if you must slaughter a cow. We have to eat today. The whole hall filled with protests. Seeing the furious crowd before you, you took out a megaphone and calmed them. Everyone, please stay calm. 5 yuan means unlimited. Give me 3 minutes to restock the kitchen. After 3 minutes, beef, sides, and rice will all be full. After saying that, you walked to the kitchen. 3 minutes, does he think he is a magician? A heavy dish like potato beef stew takes 1 or 2 hours to become tender. If he brings it out in 3 minutes, he must be using cheap pre-made meal packs to fool us. Exactly. How could meal packs compare to that divine beef? If he dares fool us with meal packs, I will smash this lousy shop. Doubt rose again in the hall. Meanwhile, in the back kitchen, you quickly opened the system panel and went all in on draws. Just as your emotion points nearly ran out, you drew beef and 24-hour unlimited starter dishes. The other rewards included a dimensional warmer with the capacity of a standard basketball court. Any ingredients or finished dishes stored inside would forever stay at peak fresh heat and flavor. And an absolute cleaning field for the restaurant. All grease, bad smells, trash, and broken bits would be cleaned by the system. After guests left, then you found a pushcart and swiftly loaded 4 huge basins of beef stew, 2 basins of minced pork beans, and 2 basins of cucumber and lotus root, and a whole barrel of rice, all loaded onto the cart. When you pushed the cart into the hall, the entire restaurant gasped. Holy crap, beef! It is all beef. That basin is almost overflowing. What kind of divine speed is this? That color. That aroma. It is definitely not a meal pack. It is exactly like before. Mom, I miss true love. 5 yuan top grade Wagyu really exists in this world. Food is served, do not push. Anyone who grabs gets chopped. The big man kept orders seriously, but even he could not resist and secretly took half a plate of beans. Congratulations, host. You earned 1 epic exclusive dish draw. Start the draw now. You chose yes at once. Congratulations, host. Epic staple 1. Pure beef noodles. These are not normal noodles. They are made from beef strips, paired with rich beef bone, broth and silky egg flowers. You sucked in a cold breath. No flour at all. Only pure meat noodles. This was not eating noodles. It was eating the soul of a whole cow. With a thought, 10 huge buckets of beef noodles appeared. The next second, an aroma pierced through the kitchen curtain and swept wildly into the hall. Everyone eating like wolves in the hall froze at the same time. What is that smell? The big manly Chang held his third bowl of rice mixed with minced beans and stopped his chopsticks. His black tower body was actually trembling slightly. This smell feels 100 times stronger than the beef stew. A white-collar man swallowed hard, staring at the kitchen curtain. It smells like clear soup noodles, but it cannot be normal. Ordinary noodles could never have such soul-stealing freshness. While everyone held their breath, you pushed out a cart loaded with 10 buckets of beef noodles. Everyone, today is opening day. Thank you for supporting us. To give back for supporting Zwa Family Buffet, I just prepared a new dish. Then you lifted the soup bucket lid. Pure beef noodles. Please enjoy. The moment the lid opened, a stronger bone broth aroma, mixed with hot white steam, swept through the restaurant. The nearest young man ignored the heat and rushed up first, scooping a big spoonful from the bucket. When the noodles rose from the soup, everyone was stunned. The noodles were gray-red like cooked beef. These are pressed from beef. An old man with reading glasses pushed excitedly to the front. I never imagined a 5 yuan buffet could serve imperial chef noodles. The young man could not wait. As he lifted the noodles and took a bite, he finally understood. True springy texture. Boss, how are these noodles so chewy? It feels like they slapped my face. Seeing this, hundreds of diners inside and outside went completely crazy. Boss Song, I beg you, give me one bowl. My mother is gravely ill. I just want her to taste these heavenly noodles before she goes. A middle-aged man in a suit nearly squeezed his head through. Move, do not block me. I will pay 2,000 for a spot. A rich man yelled outside, using his terrifying size. Li Cheng forced his way through the mad crowd. He grabbed a bowl of beef noodles, and after one loud slurp, his eyes shot wide open. He let out a blissful cry. Too delicious. Boss Zua, you are my god. You are my real father. Beside him, Tang Jia went even crazier. He had already eaten almost enough to puke, his stomach bulging high. But when that soul-piercing broth aroma entered his nose, he somehow felt his stomach make a little more room. He scrambled to the soup buckets and guarded one with his life. Do not grab, this bucket is mine. Whoever dares fight me, I, Tang Jia, will risk my life. Family. You have no idea what kind of divine flavor this is. Even if I die from overeating here, it will still be worth it. 10 huge buckets of pure beef noodles were completely divided up in less than 10 minutes. Even the last amber drop of bone broth sticking to the bucket wall was scraped clean with rice and stuffed into that rich man's mouth. Gone, it is gone again. Boss Zua, please make a little more. Even one sip of soup is enough. I paid already. I waited in line for 2 hours and never even saw one noodle. But strangely, even after the food was gone, your system alerts kept ringing. The people stuck outside to prove their sincerity, paid by code from far away. Afraid you would close if they paid late. Boss Zua, what now? Tang Jia held his big belly and moved painfully to the counter. Boss Zua, what now? There are at least 2,000 people outside, and still more are coming. Your kitchen, even if it were Doraemon's pocket, could not fill all their stomachs. You glanced at the clock, 2:30 in the morning. You took a deep breath. Though you could supply endlessly, you still needed rest, so you picked up the megaphone. Everyone, it is now 2:30. I am sorry to announce, all ingredients are sold out today. Customers who paid but did not eat will receive full refunds. Tomorrow at noon, we open on time. Still 5 yuan each. As soon as you said this, all 13th Street cried in despair. I drove 300 kilometers overnight. I already paid. Just let me eat rice soaked in soup. Boss Zua, is the money too little? I will pay 100 times more. Just let me taste the pure meat noodles. You shook your head and silently closed the door. After returning to your rental, the system calculated today's earnings. 4,852 paid customers. Total cash income, 24,260. Host achieved 1,000 customer traffic milestone with a 100% rating, rewarding epic shop upgrade. Peace and calm barrier within 100 meters of the restaurant. No matter how angry outside customers are, anxious or exhausted, once they enter the barrier, their minds will instantly calm, becoming rational, gentle, and patient while lining up. fully preventing anger, fights, brawls, and malicious line cutting. You were delighted. With this barrier, your biggest worry was solved. Thousands lining up on this old street daily. If a stampede or riot happened, the restaurant would be shut down. After one night of viral fermentation, your 5 yuan buffet had already blown up across the internet. By 8 the next morning, a long line had formed outside and more than 10 kilometers from 13th Street downtown. Inside a top black pearl 3 diamond restaurant room, boss Lu Daolong pointed at the manager and shouted angrily, "You are saying from last night to noon, all 30 high-end VIP bookings at Xingyue Pavilion were cancelled. Even Chairman Chen's million yuan royal banquet was cancelled too." "Yes, Boss Lu, I called to confirm," Chairman Chen's secretary said. Chairman Chen ate at a shabby diner last night for a 5 yuan buffet, then went back to line up this morning. Not just Chairman Chen, Boss Li and Boss Zhang are all on that street. What complete nonsense. A 5 yuan buffet stole all my customers who spend over 100,000 per table. Did a door crush your brain, or do you think I am easy to fool? Xingyue Pavilion was the city's absolute dining standard. Ingredients were flown in and chefs were all top class. He never dreamed that one day a street diner would crush him completely. Boss Lu, watch the video yourself. The whole internet has gone crazy. They say Zwa family restaurant's beef stew and pure beef noodles are divine. And Tang Jia, the huge fraud exposing influencer, is live streaming outside their door, promoting that shop like crazy. Lu Daolong snatched the tablet. On screen, Tang Jia roared at the camera. "Family, I am already in the top 100. Once they open at noon today, I must get the first bowl of pure beef noodles. That is not even noodles. It is top-grade LF beef, pressed millimeter by millimeter into meat essence. Only 5 yuan. 5 yuan cannot lose. 5 yuan cannot be cheated, but it can send your soul flying." Seeing endless comments saying they were coming, and Boss Zui is eternal. A vicious glint flashed in Lu Daolong's eyes. Abalone beef noodles for 5 yuan. If that is true, I will cut off my head for him to kick. Even buying the worst dead pork from wholesale could not make unlimited food for 5 yuan. This is probably extreme food tech trickery. Even something addictive, making those rich people have insane taste hallucinations. Thinking of this, he immediately made a call. "Brother-in-law, something huge happened on 13th Street. Zwa family restaurant has problems. Listen to me. I have worked in this industry for years. I swear on my head. Their 5 yuan beef is definitely synthetic zombie meat with chemicals. Thousands are gathered there now. If mass food poisoning happens, it will be a nationwide scandal. As Deputy Director of Food Safety, this is your chance to clean up the market and earn credit. Is the evidence solid? Public opinion is loud right now. Without hard proof, we cannot directly shut it down. Do not worry, I will arrange real name reports. And I will notify several major fraud streamers to follow your enforcement vehicles and live stream the inspection. As long as we find 1 bag of illegal additives or test the meat as problematic, that restaurant will be nailed to the pillar of shame." "Good. I will dispatch 2 inspection squads. They leave in 10 minutes. At 11:30, we seal off their kitchen." After hanging up, Lu Daolong gave a cold laugh. "Boss Zwa, right. A 5 yuan philanthropist. This noon, I will make you leave the food industry in cuffs and disgrace." Soon it was 11:30. At that moment, in the kitchen, you were about to extract all the divine dishes, when sharp sirens echoed through the street. 3 white Iveco inspection vans stopped before the restaurant. More than 10 officers, holding portable testing devices, and SEALs walked inside. "Move aside, food safety inspection." Unrelated people stepped back. Behind these enforcement officers, several streamers followed, with professional cameras. One red-haired young man faced the camera with a gleeful smile. "Family, bring you live coverage." After many real name reports, this so-called god-level buffet is suspected of using toxic meat paste in banned goods. Today, we expose this cancer for what it is. The sudden change. Made the calm line explode instantly. Shut down what? We were eating just fine. Who the hell reported this? Li Cheng was the first to lose it. He blocked the door like an iron tower, glaring at the deputy director with glasses. Move aside. Obstruct us, and you are arrested too. Several officers stepped forward at once, just as conflict was about to break out. You opened the door and came out. Brotherly, move aside. So you are the boss. We received public reports that your meat products may seriously violate regulations. Using synthetic chemicals and industrial flavors. We will now seal your kitchen and conduct sampling tests. My ingredients are fine. You can check anything. Zhao Gang froze at your calmness. Boss, relax, I follow the law. If your kitchen is clean, I will clear your name. Everyone, listen up. Take equipment into the kitchen. Do not miss even one scallion. 7 or 8 inspectors in white coats carried instruments inside to test. Poison Tongue Away followed Zhao Gang into the kitchen. Family, today I will show you how many tons of industrial flavoring this so-called God buffet hides. The live stream had already reached a terrifying 3 million viewers. But when they entered, they froze. There were no piles of cheap meal packs, no stinking trash cans with flies, and no black gutter oil spreading across the floor. The whole kitchen was so clean. It almost looked unreal. Under the system's absolute cleaning field, the entire kitchen was spotless beyond belief. And on the work table stood 10 huge warming buckets, with 4 large basins nearby, neatly filled with beef stew and side dishes. One inspector was about to plug in equipment when his throat rolled hard on its own. Away's hand holding the gimbal froze midair. Is this really a kitchen? It is cleaner than a dust-free workshop. The live stream exploded instantly. This is the kitchen of a dirty diner. That stainless steel counter shines so much I can see the pimples on my face. Poison Tongue Away. Did you not say there were tons of flavoring? Point it out for me. As someone with 10 years of obsessive cleanliness, looking at this kitchen actually gives me an extremely satisfying feeling. I am definitely eating here. Zhao Gang's face turned ugly. He expected to catch them red-handed, but this strangely clean place was far beyond his plan. Still, procedure had to continue. Zhao Gang pointed at the 10 soup buckets, telling inspectors to run quick chemical tests. One inspector used a long spoon and carefully scooped amber broth from the beef noodle bucket, then dripped some into a test tube. 5 minutes later, the inspector held the report and said, Director Zhao, no artificial flavoring detected, no preservatives detected, no chemical flavor enhancers. This is pure natural bone broth. Impossible. Zhao Gang grabbed the report. How can 5 yuan soup be naturally cooked? The machine must be broken. Test the meat, and the noodles too. They must be fake meat. Another inspector picked up a pink beef noodle with tweezers and placed it under a portable microscope. After one glance, whole body jolted. Like he was shocked. What is it? Did you find industrial gelatin? Zhao Gang asked excitedly. No, this is not a noodle at all. The machine shows 0 starch content, 0 gluten protein. Great, I knew it was fake. There is not even flour. What plastic junk is this? Away almost jumped with excitement. But the inspector shook his head. The muscle fibers inside are 100% intact. It is made from pure beef. The scene fell silent. Are you kidding me? Not a single grain of flour. Pure beef noodles for 5 yuan. Has the world gone mad? I am number 500 in line. I beg the 499 before me. Please, leave me one sip of soup later. Impossible, Lu Dalong told me. This was synthetic meat with additives. Zhao Gang broke into cold sweat, muttering to himself. And at this moment, Away, still holding his phone, stared at the deadly tempting basin of potato beef stew. He swallowed hard. While everyone was still stunned, his hand somehow reached out and put a piece of beef into his mouth, as Away chewed lightly. The deep, tender texture spread from his tongue to his brain. The amazing taste nearly blew his mind. His phone hand trembled. Delicious, too delicious. I am guilty, family. This is real beef. The best beef in the world. Whoever calls this place shady again, Away, will come for them online. Outside the curtain, you quietly watched everyone fully surrender in the kitchen, and a faint smile rose on your lips. You raised your wrist, 11:55, 5 minutes until opening. You stepped forward and asked, Deputy Director Zhao. The results are out, right? There is nothing wrong with my shop, right? Zhao Gang gripped the report tightly, just as he was trapped in embarrassment. A low voice rang out. Deputy Director Zhao, so impressive. Suddenly, an old man in Tang clothing walked into Zhua family restaurant, escorted by 4 bodyguards in black. The moment Zhao Gang saw him, Elder Chen had arrived. It was Chen Feng himself. Chen Feng gave Zhao Gang a cold glance. I turned down 3 billion yuan projects today and stood on this street for 2 full hours. Just to taste Boss was pure meat noodles. Yet you brought your men here, without any solid proof. To smash Boss was livelihood. Do you think I am too old? Or do you think Tianhai's business world can be ruined by parasites like you? No, that is not it, Elder Chen. Please let me explain. It was Lu Daolong from Xingyue Pavilion. He reported this place for using chemical poisoned meat. I was just doing my duty. Lu Daolong, Chen Feng sneered. That crook sells cheap seafood for over 100,000. He could not beat Boss with skill, so he used such dirty tricks. Director Zhao, you sure make a useful weapon for others. Hearing this, the diners outside instantly erupted. So Boss Lu from Xingyue Pavilion caused this. His food tastes like slop and costs a fortune. Now he is jealous of Boss Sua, boycott Xingyue. The crowd was furious. In the end, Zhao Gang announced the restaurant's ingredients were clean. After this, your restaurant became even hotter. Seeing it was exactly 12, you took a megaphone and stepped outside. The 5 yuan buffet is now open. The crowd burst into cheers. Time to eat. Brothers, charge. Li Chang rushed to the cashier first and slapped down a brand new 5 yuan bill hard onto the counter. Boss Sua, keep the change. Give me that pure beef noodle. I want a whole bucket. I want the pure meat noodles too. I waited all morning. A rich kid was squeezed red in the face, craning his neck forward desperately at the serving area as 10 huge stainless steel soup barrels were opened by you. The aroma swept through the whole place. What divine flavor is this? My soul is leaving my body. Chen Feng, the richest man, a business tycoon who usually drank tea worth tens of thousands per ounce, was now shamelessly holding a bowl as his chopsticks lifted the noodles. The instant they entered his mouth, his pupils trembled. His old body froze in place. Noodles and scrambled egg slid into his mouth. With one bite, beef juices burst out, blending with the scrambled egg into a rich, mellow flavor. This is incredible. All those so-called banquets in my life, compared to this bowl, are worse than pig feed. He did not even bother sitting properly. He squatted on a broken stool in the corner, making loud, exaggerated slurping sounds. Inside, countless people cried from joy, madly swallowing food that shattered all human understanding. You watched your emotion points soar and said excitedly, "System, start the epic lottery." Congratulations, host, Supreme Spicy Lobster 1. Congratulations, host, Premium Crab Roe Universe Egg 1. After reading both dish descriptions, you were stunned. Giant lobster. Each one was fixed at a standard 10 pounds. Premium Crab Roe Universe Egg. On the outside, it looked like the most ordinary farm egg, but inside was pure crab roe. You could not even imagine how much shock these two dishes would create once served. Meanwhile, in Xingyue Pavilion's top suite, seeing even his hired streamers switch sides, Lu Daolong's hands shook violently. It is over, all over. Then the lobby manager rushed in. Boss Lu. Bad news, the floor supervisor just called. All of tonight's reservations have been cancelled. Even the big bosses, who always hosted guests here, have blocked us too. They are all lining up on Old Town 13th Street. Bullshit, this has to be a trick. How can he sell it for 5 yuan? 5 yuan, get my car ready. I am going there myself tonight. I will taste his so-called premium beef and that so-called magical broth, and find what evil drug he put in it. I, Lu Daolong, have cooked seafood for decades. My tongue is sharper than any machine. As long as I taste one tiny flaw, even if it costs my life, I will sue that bastard to death. At 3 in the afternoon, all the ingredients you prepared were gone. These diners were wild with hunger, but under the god-tier calming barrier. Though extremely reluctant, they obediently left the restaurant, then began searching for any place to sit by the street, guarding their spots for dinner. You closed the shop door, returned to the kitchen, and recorded a video. Hello everyone, I am Zhuozhua, owner of Zhuo Family Restaurant. Thank you for your support at noon to repay your passion and to show certain rivals what real food looks like. Our dinner menu updates at 6 tonight. After speaking, you opened the dimensional freezer, linked to the system space, then casually pulled out a massive lobster and placed it on the board. Then you took out a farm egg and gently tapped the top of the shell. The next second, thick golden liquid crab oil flowed onto the white plate. This egg is the Crab Roe Universe Egg. This lobster is the Supreme Spicy Lobster. Served tonight at 6 sharp. The price stays the same, still 5 yuan per person. All you can eat. If you leave hungry, it is on me. Less than an hour after the video posted, the comments exploded with pure shock. 550, Tianhai's 13th Street was packed. 5 yuan each, 10-pound lobsters and pure crab roe eggs. Is this something humans can even do? I chartered a helicopter from the next province, but I still cannot reach the street entrance. I will pay 100,000. Who will sell me a front spot? At that moment, in the waiting crowd, a man wearing a large black mask and huge sunglasses was hiding among them, looking around suspiciously. That man was Lu Dalong. A bunch of ignorant fools. 10-pound Boston lobsters, pure crab roe eggs for 5 yuan all you can eat. Only someone kicked in the head would believe that nonsense. It must be dead shrimp frozen for years, or mantis shrimp scraps mixed with fake red oil and dye into a counterfeit. As for that egg, it must be cheap salted yolk, mixed with crab flavoring and industrial trash. He had come today to expose justice. He would personally eat this so-called divine seafood, then expose the scam right in the shop. At exactly 6, you opened the doors. Tang Jia charged in first. Time to eat, charge. Lu Dalong was trapped in the crowd, like a piece of driftweed swept into the dining hall. The moment he stepped inside, his whole body froze. At the far serving counter, for huge custom stainless steel warmers, hell, over a dozen lobsters glowing like red rubies, each one as long as an adult forearm. Huge enough to make people speechless. They lay quietly in boiling lava like premium spicy red oil on their thick claws. There were even a few drops of freshly cooked golden spice oil on another warming table nearby. Farm eggs were piled like a hill, giving off faint steam. Lu Dalong's throat rolled uncontrollably. As a seafood veteran of 30 years, his nose would never lie. That smell was absolutely fresh and alive. Impossible, absolutely impossible. It smells good, but it must taste rotten. Lu Dalong went nearly mad, hypnotizing himself in his mind. After paying, he rushed crazily to the serving area and struggled to lift from the red oil a 10-pound supreme spicy lobster, then grabbed 2 universe eggs, turned and found a corner seat, then tore off his sunglasses and mask, eagerly picked up a small spoon, aimed at the crab roe universe egg, and smashed down hard. Crack, the shell broke open. Lu Dalong's pupils shrank. A stream of top-grade crab oil, mixed with whole chunks of crab paste in roe, suddenly burst through the shell and filled the white plate. That fragrance made Lu Dalong's mind go blank. He recognized the quality at a glance. This was the finest hairy crab, using only the richest roe and paste, without a trace of crab meat or impurity. How is this possible? Inside a perfect whole egg, Lu Dalong's brain short-circuited. He grabbed the shell still dripping with crab roe and shoved it into his mouth. Taking one huge slurp, his whole body shook like thunder, as if he had entered a golden lake, with countless mermaids dancing around him. My God, this is too delicious. Then he cracked open a claw. One complete strip of lobster meat as thick as a baby's arm appeared perfectly before his eyes. Lu Dalong opened wide and bit down. Boom, boom, this meat actually bounced wildly in his mouth. Its terrifying springiness made every chew feel like wrestling a beast from the deep sea. It felt like roaming on the ocean. That perfect numbing spice almost blew his skull open. One bite down, and he felt reborn. Clang, Lu Dalong dropped the lobster claw hard on the table. He stared blankly at his hands, covered in red oil and golden crab oil, then looked at the diners around him, all crying while chewing like mad. His world collapsed. He had tried to expose this shop. Was that not suicide? In just 3 hours. Zhuo Family Restaurant, 5 yuan divine seafood, 10-pound lobster, pure crab roe universe, egg, these trending tags crushed every domestic social platform and took first place, then spread overseas and exploded online. Oh my God. Is this Eastern magic? The essence of a huge hairy crab inside a perfect egg. Even Michelin 3-star chefs cannot understand the physics of this. A 10-pound mutated deep sea lobster sold for less than $1. God, I need a ticket to Huaxia now. The next morning, at Tianhai International Airport Tower, the dispatcher stared at the radar screen packed densely, with private jets requesting landing. Cold sweat soaked his back. Gulfstream G650, Bombardier Global 7500, even a Middle Eastern royal families. Custom Boeing 747. The dispatchers swallowed hard. What day is today? Is the UN holding a secret summit in Tianhai? Outside the airport VIP lane, it was filled with rare Rolls-Royce Phantoms, Maybachs, Pullmans, and armored Cadillacs. Countless bodyguards in black suits stood ready, and these top guests from around the world, Middle Eastern oil tycoons, heads of old European money families, did not even grab their luggage. Their first words after landing were all shouted in broken Chinese. Quick, go to Old Town 13th Street, at any cost. Get me a seat at Zhuo Family Restaurant. At 10 in the morning, on 13th Street, when the first Rolls-Royce with embassy plates tried to enter the ruined old street, the driver found in despair. It had already become a human wall not even mosquitoes could cross. From the street entrance to the shop, before its closed rolling shutter, over 10,000 people lined up. In the queue, Li Chang and streamer Tang Jia had already become leaders of these food fanatics. They brought their own stools and sat at the very front, like two guardian statues. Beep, the Rolls-Royce gave a low honk. Several blonde bodyguards roughly pushed the car doors open, escorting a man wearing priceless jewels and a traditional Arab white robe. With a thick beard, a Middle Eastern tycoon stepped out. This oil magnate named Ali was worth over $100 billion. He looked ahead at the refugee camp-like line and frowned deeply. Whenever he went to a Michelin 3-star restaurant, the place was cleared for him. He could even have top French chefs fly by helicopter to his desert palace just to cook one meal for him. The word Q never existed in his world. Go give that owner $1 million. Tell him I want the whole place today, all day. Have him bring all the lobster and crab eggs straight to my car. I do not want a crowd with these commoners. The translator nodded, then shoved through the crowd with two guards and strode to the very front before pounding on Zwa family restaurant's shutter. Open up, boss, open the door. A super VIP wants to see you. What is it? We do not open before 12. You are boss Zwa, right? Today is your lucky day. See that man over there, the oil prince of the Middle East. His Highness Ali will pay $1 million for all your ingredients in time today. Close the shop right now. Cook everything and send it to his car. Then that $1 million goes straight to your account. Once he said that, the waiting crowd gasped at once. $1 million was over 7 million yuan, just for a 5 yuan buffet meal. This was simply insane. But strangely, you only shook your head, then pointed at the sign by the door. Are you blind? Or can you not read? Rule 1, full buffet service. Fixed price, 5 yuan, no bargaining of any kind. Rule 2, pay in person with your real name. Line up to eat. First come, first served. Rule 3, everyone is equal here. No VIPs, no private rooms. No takeout, and no privileges. Go tell your master. In my place. Even if he were the Jade Emperor. Even if he owned every gold mine on earth. If he wants to eat my food, he must honestly pay 5 yuan. Then go line up at the very back. Hearing this, everyone waiting in line burst into wild cheers. Boss Zwa is legendary. Before boss was cooking pot, dragons must coil, and tigers must lie down. Go line up in the back. I came at 2 in the morning for my spot. What is your $1 million worth? Does boss Zwa need your little money? The translator turned pale from the shouting and ran back to Tycoon Ali in shame. Then translated your words exactly. Ali's face instantly turned red. He clenched his fists in rage and roared at his guards. Damn lowly ant, how dare he refuse? Rush in, smash that lousy shop, and tie that chef up for Dubai. Several 2-meter-tall, muscular bodyguards immediately drew their batons and stormed forward fiercely, but the moment their feet stepped within 100 meters of the restaurant, the system's god-tier calming power activated and their minds turned peaceful and clear. One turned back to Tycoon Ali, speaking as gently as a priest. Boss. Fighting is wrong. Boss Zwa's rules are fair. We should respect the order. That is basic respect for ultimate food. That is true, Ali said, his twisted angry face calmed instantly. He took a deep breath and caught the lingering scent of supreme spicy lobster, making the tycoon who had eaten everything swallow wildly. You are right. Ali did not hesitate and walked toward the end of the kilometer-long line. Like an ordinary uncle, he found a clean curb and sat down. And not only him, the other powerful figures arriving the moment they entered 13th Street were all cleansed by the barrier. Inside the restaurant, you looked at the system panel as your emotion points broke past 100,000 and a nearly crazed light flashed in your eyes. System, spend all my emotion points. Exchange for the highest god-tier restaurant upgrade, ultimate purification treasure, and Huaxia's ultimate hidden menu. The next second, the shop was swallowed by strange spatial light. Ding, congratulations, God-tier shop unlocked. Spatial folding renovation has begun. Ding, mythical dish 9 heavens dragon phoenix feast unlocked. After the upgrade finished, the moment the restaurant doors opened, the whole crowd froze behind the doors. It was as if a god had cut open a rift to another dimension. The inner space had expanded into a grand palace for tens of thousands. The dome rose dozens of meters, as vast as an ancient Roman arena, yet carved and painted with the luxury of an imperial huaxia palace. Hundreds of giant round tables made from ancient golden Manhwa wood, arranged in perfect concentric circles. The floor was paved with seamless, pure white jade-like glass. Around every pillar, coiled lifelike 5-clawed golden dragons. At the center of this majestic space stood a 50-meter circular crystal serving counter. Is this a miracle? Chen Feng's legs went weak, and he fell to his knees, tears streaming down. Spatial magic is truly immortal power. What have I done to deserve this? To step into a divine place while I am still alive. Oh my God, Tycoon Ali dropped his pure gold prayer beads. Everyone, your voice rang clearly through the spatial sound system. Today is Zwa Family Restaurant's final evolution. As thanks, today's menu has only one dish. You slowly turned around, placing your hand on the lid of a 5-meter bronze cauldron. This dish is called Nine Heavens Dragon Phoenix Feast, made with 999 immortal ingredients. After speaking, you lifted the massive lid. A golden beam shot into the sky. Visible golden fragrance spread out, covering the whole city. With just one gentle breath, it seemed to cleanse the soul of every trace of pain and exhaustion. Eat, and at your command. Over 10,000 people flooded into the palace. 5 yuan, boss. Here is my 5 yuan. Tycoon Ali rushed to the cashier first. After paying, he lifted a huge white jade bowl and rushed to the serving counter. When he scooped from the bronze cauldron a spoonful of rainbow glowing soup and put it in his mouth, with a sharp hiss, a tingling current ran through him. Rich flavor exploded on his tongue. In that moment, he saw the birth of the universe and the destruction of stars. Every taste bud went wild. That ultimate fresh, savory, numbing spice reached perfect balance. Those living top-tier ingredients turned into a warm stream, nourishing his entire body. Before he knew it, tears covered his face. Too delicious. This is real food. This is a gift from the gods. And not just him. Almost everyone was lost in it. You stood at the highest point of the palace, quietly watching thousands below, crying while eating like mad. Then you looked outside at the line, stretching all the way to the end of the city, with endless pilgrims arriving. You suddenly spread your arms and enjoyed the glory. In this place, I am the rules. But just then, loud bangs suddenly echoed from the sky. The next second, the golden palace around you collapsed. Your vision shook violently. The golden dragons turned to ash. The jade floor became greasy cement. Even Ali's moved expression peeled away like shattered porcelain. Your eyes snapped open. Dizziness rushed over you, nearly knocking you from your chair. No golden shop, no followers, no dragon phoenix feast. You were still lying on that filthy, scratched old cashier counter. The right side of your face, numb and purple, with drool still at your mouth. Bang bang bang, the knocking came again. Zwa zwa, open the door. I know you are pretending to be dead. Your trembling hand rubbed your eyes, and you instinctively called deep in your mind. System, are you there? Only dead silence as the old glass door was shoved open. Landlord Wang Daijin strode in, holding a stack of payment notices, and slammed them on the counter. Stop pretending to sleep. Wang Daijin jabbed out a stubby finger and poked your chest hard. Last 3 hours. 5 this afternoon. If you cannot pay the 5,000 rent, I will have someone throw this junk straight into the street. You stared blankly at Wang Daijin. Uncle Wang, I was just thinking about that 5 yuan buffet. Buffet. Buffet my foot. With this broken shop, even stray dogs would not spare at a glance. And you dream of people eating buffet here. Listen carefully, Zwa zwa. My kindness for your parents ran out half a month ago. If you cannot pay today, grab your worthless junk and get out right now. The restaurant fell into deathly silence again. You slumped back in the chair. So in this world, there was never any magical power to save everyone. Only a poor young man clinging to a shattered old dream about to be thrown out. 5 o'clock, you whispered, slowly closing your eyes. Detecting host near absolute despair. Intense unwillingness and obsession. Meat binding conditions. God tier review buffet system activating.